Feeling like a shark in a shrimp tank. Big fish, small pond in the shrimp tank.
Hello and welcome to the video wrap-up show for the Shrimp Tank podcast in Seattle. I'm Dan Whedon and I'm joined by my co-host, Michelle Bomberger. Michelle and I had a fascinating and fun conversation today with our guest, Elise Buie. To catch the entire episode, and you're going to want to because it was fantastic, subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. You can also find all of our episodes on our new and improved website at shrimptankpodcast.com/Seattle.
Yeah, I will echo Dan that we had just a great conversation today with Elise. Thank you for joining us. I wanted to just highlight a point that came up, or a couple points that came up. The journey that you've had as an entrepreneur in building a law practice and developing the Maximum Mom podcast that you have. Can you share with the audience a little bit about how those two things come together and your inspiration there?
Sure. Thanks for asking, actually. I think being a mom, a lawyer, and an entrepreneur have been, really some of my biggest life events. They're huge in each one of them, but putting them together and realizing what a delicate balance it is to pull that all off has been super important to me in helping mentor younger women in this world, in the legal profession. And as moms, entrepreneurs, lawyers, I've become really involved in fair play and how fair play can benefit women in their lives as we're trying to juggle all of this. And so when I started my virtual firm, I was just so committed to being able to be a great mom and also a great lawyer. And so I started it virtually, encouraged women who were maybe not working anymore to come back into the workforce and offer them the flexibility they needed so they could thrive in all areas of their lives.
Elise, on the podcast, I brought this up during our Hot or Not section of the show. Divorce, as we know, even at its best, can be very acrimonious at times, and especially when you're having kids involved in this. I asked you if it was hot or not co-parenting, and I thought I knew what the answer would be, and I was right, but it's something you're very passionate about. Would you share a little bit about what you talked about on the podcast regarding co-parenting?
Oh, absolutely. Co-parenting is my jam. I ask people all the time, do you love your children more than you hate your ex? And most people say yes to that. So then it's a matter of how do we teach them to co-parent successfully, even if they do in fact hate their ex, because that unfortunately is something we're faced with a lot. But co-parenting successfully with emotional intelligence, compassion, and a focus on your child's best interest is the greatest gift you can give your child for their psychological health for the rest of their lives. It is game changing if you get co-parenting right. So hiring an attorney who cares about the future of your child and your child's well-being is absolutely the right thing to do, because you can get dining room tables and you can buy new houses, but you cannot rebuild your child's heart if it has been destroyed in a war of the roses.
Well, thank you. Folks, that's just a taste of the passion and the stories that we got from Elise during today's show. Elise, if any of our listeners want to get in touch with you, how can they learn more about your company?
Well, you can go to elisebuiefamilylaw.com and find our website. You can email me at eliseb@elisebuiefamilylaw.com. And I'd be happy to, talk to people. I love talking to people who are thinking about divorce, because sometimes it's a matter of thinking about other things too. Maybe there's counseling they need to go to and things. So yeah, there's a lot we can talk about. And so those are the best ways to get me.
And for our listeners, make sure you check out all the replays at shrimptankpodcast.com/Seattle and wherever you get your podcasts, iHeart, Apple, Spotify, SoundCloud. And make sure to follow our social media pages on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram.
Well, Elise, thank you very much. I thought you were brilliant. And I just keep reminding people who watch us, go to any of the places you get your podcast, find us, listen to the entire podcast. It'll be well worth your while. Michelle, as always, thank you. Everybody out there, please join us every week at 12 p.m. Pacific for our live stream broadcast on Facebook. By the way, if you like this one, please go ahead and like it on here and tell us what you thought. Our next show will be on March 8th. We ask that you please join us. Until we see you again, be healthy, be prosperous, and have fun. Because for right now, the shrimp is back in the tank. So long.
I've been feeling like a shark in a shrimp tank. Big fish, small pond.